What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Rux, and today I do the video that kind of took me a minute to do. There's no preview for me to show you. I'm going to just dive right in. We are going to learn how to arrange the bases that I have made in the video previous, which I'll link or put it here so that you can see. But we're going to arrange one of those base sessions, and I'm just going to show you how I would do the process. I mean, everybody's going to be different. There's a lot of avenues that you can take, but just take, again, the foundation of what I'm showing you and apply it, and then apply your own concepts and variants and whatever to it, and we'll just go from there. So we're going to dive right back into FL Studio here. So for today, I'm going to highlight this SPEEDHOUSE movement sample pack, which has some really nice sounds by some really wonderful artists here. If you can see them here, I assume that's Achilles, Bee Cheese, Denny Time, Denizer, DJ Yuki, Faja, wow, House of Panda, Jay Slay, Use Caution, and Water Spirit. These are, check them all out. They're all fucking great. And this sample pack is honestly really great. I'll even link it below so that you guys can check it out. So we're just going to dive in here real quick, just grab some samples. I like that kick. We'll just use a nice little kick. Just going to pick some stuff. I'm just going to look for some nice... So, as you probably assumed, I'm going to do a SPEEDHOUSE, demo, which doesn't really matter what genre. Obviously, they're all pretty synonymous. So let's not all, let's not kid ourselves. So, I'm going to start linking some things here. And I'll gladly put a link to skip this part so you don't have to see it and you can just go straight to, the good stuff. But if you want to stick around, that's fine. We like that. We enjoy that. So just gonna get our beat going here, but I also want to turn it down. I'm not going full like Produso mode here. Not. Such a nice kick. Sure. There we go. Oops, make sure you turn the loop off. And then I'm just going to make this kick hit a little bit more, and then we'll dive in. Okay, it's pretty good basis. So, speaking of bases, let's go to where my bass blocks are, which I have my folder conveniently located in my browser as Ruxton Bass Blocks. And just for no rhyme or reason, I'll pick whatever one has the most by me, or you know what? We're gonna do a couple. So I'll just grab one from there. And one from there, maybe. We'll take this guy, and he's a G, so we're going to go down to... And then simply just put them on the same mixer track for continuity's sake. If you happen to want to process them differently, then that's okay. Nobody's going to stop you. And then lazily, we're putting Kickstarter on here. Kickstarter, wow. Kickstarter would have sounded cool, though, if Nicky Romero wanted to call it that. But yeah, we're just going to put that on there and kind of get something going here. So, see, it's funny because I just laid this out and it kind of sounds like, something. It's silly. you know, it's kind of silly that you can just lay something down like that already, and like we could even. But we're not gonna do that. We're not doing that. We could though. So what I like to do till FL Studio has its next update, and by me saying this, I have dated this video. I just like to start off with a simple, very simple rhythm. I'm gonna hold good old. By the way, real quick, when shrinking and whatnot with these, if you hold left Alt while clicking and dragging and making sure you're not on the stretch here, you get instead of having to go up here and change the none, which is what I used to do. Shoutouts to fucking I identified, or my buddy Marco, whatever he wants me to call him. That way you get a nice, clean, you know. You can really just shape these to be where you want them to be. So I like to start off with something like this. It just gives me a solid foundation, and then I just try to, using that left Alt trick, I just kind of like slide through here while the track is looping, like, you do this, like so. So it's like, you could do something like this. We could go. And then you can make this one unique, right? And pitch it up just one note. Maybe even pitch it up again. You see, and you really, when you start cutting these like this, you can eventually get like a decent, and like, say you want to do something like this. This is a little bit extreme, but this is what I like to do. I'm going to be flat out, like, honest with you. I mean, you don't have to add a distortion to it. That's just what I like to do. But even then, here's some more stuff that you could do, right? You get a little crazy, a little kooky, a little wacky with it. And you're like, man, I really like Neuro sound design so much. At me next time. And just like... Like, you could really, really get some interesting textures and shit. It's one of those things where you could even do this again and record it like we've done, you know, in the past with these bass blocks and get more samples out of it just by rearranging and cutting them. But let's just turn this off and just keep the distortion on. So we could make it a little bit more dynamic. You know, that's gonna bother me. Sorry, guys. So another thing that I like to do, again, I don't do things what people would consider to be the right way, but it's interesting. So like, what if, okay, so say this is our bass line, right? Say this is the bass line now. And you're like, wow, I really want to like add some more variation. So I actually don't like that last one. So we could start introducing the other bass in here. We could really... you know, just... So this was what? This was like 1 down. So, you know, you could easily just oh shit. Do some quirky stuff like this and get, you know, all sorts of interesting oh shit. Let me copy this and paste this where this belongs so that it slides to the actual note that it's in. You know, if you really want to get obnoxious, you could just... It's really funny the types of sounds that you can just really get by, you know, pushing. You know, you could even start automating reverbs to do some wild shit and really get it to... You know, you could even do like this. Yeah, we don't need that, but you kind of get the picture. So it's just really a matter of just cutting and rearranging, and then, you know, honestly just copy and pasting shit because you know it already works. And then in this scenario, when you have 8 bars, you can really begin to reshape this last part. Let's just say you really wanted to, like, you really wanted to do some shit like this. So, you know, it really just comes down to taste. If you really just wanted something simple, I mean, like this, that would work just fine. You can really just dive in though, cut more. You could even, you know, record it out. Like, let's just record this real quick. I mean, show you one final thing, because I do not want to make this like any longer than this video needs to be. But you could do something as simple as, all right, now that I got a decent, you know, foundation of what I want, you can just go in here, hit record in Edison like we normally do, and record the, let me turn the sidechain off real quick, actually. Record the bass one more time. So, all right, you're probably thinking, okay, and so now we just bounce the bass out. Like, what are you going to do then? The same fucking thing that I did before. Drum loop stretch. I have my time stretch multiplier, I think, to 150%, something like that, and then... You know, you get all these, like, crazy fucking cuts that you can then... You know... So you could cut that even further and then, like, further hone in this... My bad. So you could further, you know, fuck with this more. But don't forget, you know, things like adding filters, you know, like so, can really help. Like, say you filtered that like that, and you just decided to chuck on an OTT, even though pretty much we're no longer using OTT, but for this case, so there's a lot to be done here with audio. And before I go, let's get a little intimate real quick. The reason that I work with audio, for me, I can't speak on anyone else, but the reason why I work with audio is because it's easier for me to focus on a bunch of audio than it is to make sure that I'm going to get a consistent sound in a synth. Now, don't get me wrong, I do use some basses, like I don't bounce them out, and I use MIDI in that regard. But sometimes I want a very consistent movement bass, and the reason why I use these bass blocks is you can capture all this movement and resample and continue to resample, and you can do this in Serum, you can resample stuff too. But there's this weird, I've noticed some people don't like resampling, and like you don't have to do it, but like it makes it more fun. For me, it's just the fun factor, because again, if no fun, then no do. If I'm not having fun, then I'm not going to want to continue to do this. And while I love just hitting at, you know, fucking around in Serum with some patches and shit, there's more fun to me recording a session of me just moving shit, random shit with no particular reason. This is more fun. You get a lot of happy accidents, which inspires me, because that's the other part of it, right? Inspiration. I want to inspire myself to continue on a track, or inspire myself to use this in a different track, you know, and also separate my sessions into sound design sessions, song arrangement. Even though song arrangement, you will probably more than likely still make some sounds, but it's easier to continue a flow state when you're not focused on creating a sound. It's easier to arrange a song when you just got your stuff ready to go. So that's why I do it. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, just ask me. I shouldn't have to say if you like the video to like it, hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all that shit, but you know, you can if you want. I'm definitely not stalling here. You putting the stuff on the screen, you can look at another video if you want. I'll put something. There'll be something here. I hope that me doing this has been long enough, because I really want to end the fucking video.